We're back on set. We work on the movie sequel and we're
Spider-Man: A New Day.
Same movies over and over.
Discussions
I would
are
like to see the
officially
difference for a
underway
product. 15
for
years
Five
after
Nights
its
at
last
Freddy's 3.
film was
Toy
released,
Story
the
2.
scary movie franchise is back at the box
Spider-Man:
office.
Brand New Day.
Rambo movie was highly anticipated.
happens
The
after that?
Superman sequel,
So in the
Man of
newsroom,
Tomorrow,
have a
is
different
gradually
must-watch
taking
pick.
shape.
You're
Hello everyone, my name is Emma Ricardo, and today I'll be talking about the movie remake Apocalypse. Just a little disclaimer before I begin. Just because I'm talking about movie remakes does not mean that these movie remakes are bad. Some of them are my favorite. I love the Despicable Me and Minions series. I'm not saying they're bad, just talking about them. And when I talk about movie remakes and originals are movies that were not inspired by anything. They're just 1, 2, 3, go. That's it. And remakes are films based off of already existing films, also known as sequels, prequels, trilogies, spin-offs, remakes, reboots, adaptations, and everything else in between. So why are so many films being remade? I wouldn't say it's a top contender on why so many films are being remade, but it's definitely a factor in why so many films are remade. It's because of familiarity and nostalgia. With original movies, it's something new. Audiences don't know what they're going into, but with remakes, audiences aren't scared. Not that they're scared, but they already know what's coming. It's the same characters, the same storyline, just a little bit of a tweaked plot. Audiences aren't scared of revisiting the same characters and the same storyline for nostalgia's sake. Audiences want to relive the moment they first watched a movie that they really enjoyed, and remakes are nostalgia baiting. Typically, remakes often show all the same characters just with a different plot, or if it's something like a sequel, like the entire Fast and Furious series, it's all the same overall idea, just adding and adding and adding. Now, the scary thing with movie remakes, at least for the producers, not for the audience, is that nostalgic remakes have either 100% chance of like, yes, great movie, or they face a lot of backlash if it just doesn't hit the mark. Like, if they remade the whole movie, but it's missing someone's favorite character, immediately, horrible remake. And that's how you hear audiences say, wow, that was like a good remake. Or, wow, that remake sucked and it didn't do the original film any justice. Because audiences want the nostalgia. It needs to have the same feeling. So it's a really hit or miss with remakes, and that's the scary part. So is the reason we have so many remakes a skill issue in creativity, or is there something else going on? The answer, yes and no. Is choosing a story that was already successful to just retell the story a skill issue or a cash grab? It's both, right? It's both. Maybe it's because big production companies don't see themselves as having the responsibility to being creative, but just the responsibility to bring in that bread, to bring in that paycheck, I think that's what it is. In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not a big production agency, so I can't really tell if production agencies feel the responsibility to tell good stories and be creative to their audiences. But it might just be to bring in that bread. Because honestly, if I were a big production company, why would I hire really great story writers that probably cost like an arm and a leg to write a good original and creative story when I can just hire people who are good at copying already successful stories and sell them and make big bank? If I were a big production company who has no heart and soul and loves money, hey, I know what to do. So yes, if we were to conclude that movie remakes were just a big cash grab and it feeds off of the nostalgia of its audience, then that would make sense, because the years 2025 and 2024, their top movies, all of them were, not all of them, but a lot of them were just remakes. The ones that made the most money were just remakes. Part 1s, part 2s, sequels, what is it called? Remasters. And even when audiences go in to watch the movie and they're like, yes, it's going to be so nostalgic, I love this movie, and the movie flops, they still got the money in anyways, because you either paid for a ticket or paid your subscription service for you to watch the movie. So really, numbers speak for themselves. Now you could say like, oh, so many people want remakes, but Hollywood is not giving us remakes. When really, people fall for the remakes. We love remakes. We flock towards, the masses flock towards the remakes. Familiarity guarantees an audience. Adults who liked certain movies when they were little, when they find out that there's a remake coming, yes, they're taking a seat. They're buying a ticket. They're bringing their family. They're bringing their grandma. They're bringing their grandpa. They're bringing their kids. They're bringing their neighbors. They're bringing everyone they know to see that remake. And if it flops, it flops. And yes, we still do have a lot of movies that are good originals that aren't remakes. Like, some of them I haven't watched. Some of them I've just asked other people, what was a good movie that you like that isn't a remake? It's just a good original movie. A lot of people liked Marty Supreme. Haven't watched it. I'm sorry. Haven't watched it. I asked my mom, I was like, what movie did you like that was just an OG movie, one time and done? And she's like, I liked Forrest Gump. Hey, I'm sorry. I haven't seen Forrest Gump. I'll do it. Okay? Okay? All right. A good movie that I did watch that was just a one-time movie, unless they suddenly come out with a part 2, then I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be a little bit mad. Was Sinners. Sinners was so good. I love Sinners. And it was a one and done, but maybe it's too early to say if it was a one and done. But Princess Bride, that was a while ago, and it was a one and done. We didn't get a part 2, part 3, part 15. It was a good one and done. Now, is this movie remake thing new, or am I just talking about it because I'm hooting and hollering, you know? And the answer is no. Movie remakes have been happening since the first movies came out, since the 1930s, since whenever, you know? But the thing is that the ratio of more movie remakes to original movies has swapped since around the 1990s to now. Before, we had a whole bunch of originals and a little bit of remakes because, you know, maybe there just wasn't that much for us to remake. But now we have gone to, let me see, ratio of 68% sequels to 12% originals. Huh? Like, we got to come up with something new, y'all. Like, and we're coming up with good new things. Sinners, it was a good one. Superbad, that was a good original movie. Do we have a Superbad 2? No. It was a good one and done. We ate that up. But the thing is, the remakes sell. So if the remakes sell, they're going to keep on getting done. Now, is this an issue? Technically, yes, it's an issue. Is there worse issues out there? Yes, there is way worse issues out there. We have the rise of AI, climate change, everything in this entire world is way worse than the fact that I'm complaining about there not being any original movies out there in this day and age. There's way bigger issues. But is it an issue to me? Yes, it's an issue to me. I want to see something new. I want to make something new one day. And that's relevant to me. There's way bigger issues out there, but this issue is relevant to me. If it's not just an inconvenience rather than an issue. I don't know, but I think it's an issue. this issue could affect maybe young individuals like me who want to be hired one day into making movies and writing stories, when the entire market for movies is just stories that have already been told. And now the people who are getting hired to tell these stories are just good chameleons who can copy other stories. That could be an issue for the future. The fact that we might not even need so many story writers in the future, because we're just going to keep on retelling stories that have been told over and over again. So in conclusion, yeah, we have a lot of movie remakes happening. Is this going to be a prevalent problem in all of the future? Is this ever going to stop? I don't know. Maybe time will tell. Have we written and performed everything that could ever be performed in this world? I don't think so. Are we running out of stories to tell? Have we just said everything already? I don't know. Maybe we just haven't thought of it yet. So only time will tell. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye.